Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Olympia Soiree, starting chapter 8 of the prologue. I believe there is 2 more chapters? This one and the next one, I think. I hope. I do want to get into the route soon. Last episode though, we learned some terrible revelations, although we kind of suspected it. We knew this world that we've been learning about is pretty unfair. But yeah, we met up with the yellow guy, Kaina, to deliver his letter, and we did find out that why he's down here as a criminal. Yeah, apparently having relations with the wrong person can get you executed in this world. It's hope. I would say, glad it's not like that in real life, but, I'm pretty sure in some places that happens. And in some time periods, it does happen. And then we delivered the letter to Kaina's brother, Kanan of the Orange. He collects, different things that, they find on the beach. And displays them in an exhibit. We kindly asked him to stop writing about us in the newspaper. It's about finding a husband, because that will get us all sorts of unwanted attention. And then it kind of pivoted again towards maybe mild rebellion, little hints of rebellion here and there, because this world's unfair. Even to the children who should be without sin, but yeah, if you're born with the wrong color, you get thrown down to Yomi and become an orphan, just ripped out of your mother's arms. Alright, so let us start chapter 8 with a nice chapter name, Naraku, Spring of Death. Is this where Tsukuyomi is supposed to be? We keep coming down here looking for Tsukuyomi. It's been hinted at for the whole game, and just I'm looking for Tsukuyomi, he's not here. Alright, went. Next day, looking for Tsukuyomi. Oh no, he went somewhere. Not here today. Alright. Are we gonna finally meet him? Alright, let's begin. He's not here. The next morning I got dressed and headed down to Yomi. I wanted to look for Kaina to let him know that his letter had been delivered. I also wanted to talk to the vendor from yesterday. Yeah, that rude girl guy. I already forgot if he was a girl or a guy. We met Hyrie, very blue vendor. Sold us some cookies and newspapers. His personality kind of pivoted a lot from very polite vendor to stay away from this lady. She doesn't get us. The dormitory guards told me that Kaina wasn't around. I suppose it won't be easy finding him. I let out a sigh when... Oh, it's Kaina. Olympia! You're here. I feel so bad for you. Kaina! Thank goodness you're here. The letter was delivered safe and sound. Kanan was worried about you. I could see tears in his eyes. Really? Are you really sure he took the letter? Of course! And his reply? Oh, nothing yet. I see. Is he not eager to communicate with his brother down in Yomi? Don't worry. He did say he'd read the letter, so I'm sure he's writing a letter back to you as we speak. Always optimistic, Byakuya. I'm sure. I guess I shouldn't have expected one so soon. I'm getting ahead of myself. Kaina gave a chuckle. They do look sort of alike, but I wouldn't have thought they were twins. I mean, yeah, they're completely different colors, and their hairstyles are completely different. Their faces did look similar, though. Maybe they seem different because of their clothes and manner of speaking. I know I asked for your help, but afterward I was sort of regretting it. Can't seem to stop bothering Kanan after all the trouble I put him through. I thought he hated me and wouldn't accept my letter. I'm sure that's not true. We're twins, but we lived apart from each other because we were born with different colors. I did notice that your colors were different. I looked closer at Kaina. His golden hair and eyes were indeed of the yellow class, but... Our mother was from the orange class. I exhibited strong yellow traits while Kaden had orange traits. Which is why I was adopted by a yellow noble. Noble, a hereditary class of aristocratic status that offers political assistance to their leaders. A noble was the confidant to each color's leader. I hear the position was succeeded generations after generation, often within wealthy families. So, even if you're twins, you're separated if the colors you were born with are different? You can't even live together? Isn't that the way it is? I guess, yeah, on Tenyo though, everyone just lived in peace and harmony. I couldn't say anything. It seemed that this was normal on the island. In any case, I appreciate your help. I'd like to thank you somehow, but... Don't worry, I'm just happy that I was able to help. You know, I always thought you were cold-hearted. I'm sorry. Well, I never really spoke to anyone on the surface. Right. I've never seen you off stage. What brought you here to Yomi? I have friends down here and I often visit the bathhouse. Chicken Joe is famous, alright. I went there a number of times back when I lived on the surface. But now, seeing that sign up there doesn't make me feel as excited as it used to. Oh. Did he meet his girlfriend there? What am I saying? It's not like grumbling to you is gonna change anything. I know. Can I ask for your help again if I need to send another letter to him? Absolutely. Great. Well, I'd better get back to the dormitory. Oh, before I go, can I ask you for one more favor? Is it okay if I speak to you again casually like this? I don't really know anyone else here. Sure. Feel free to talk to me anytime. Thank you. Well, see ya. Good night. Good night to you too. Good night? Somehow that didn't seem quite right. I looked at the time and it's a little before 11 in the morning. I mean, there's no light down here, so... If he goes to sleep now, that means he must work at night. I wonder what he does. Probably like hard manual labor if he's like a criminal, and, like forced to live in a dormitory. I continued my search for Asuha and Hairi for a while, but ended up making my way to Shikinjo. Hey, Osoga. Ah, I know Asuha. He lives at the orphanage on the other side of the plaza. He comes here every so often. As for Hairi, he left the orphanage some time ago. He must be living on his own now. He has a vendor permit, which allows him to move freely between here and the surface. I'm not sure exactly where he lives. I see. Thank you. I'll try to keep an eye out for him. You look rather tired. I was just about to take a break. Would you care to join me? Here you are. Today's special is cherry blossom rice cakes. These are my favorite. They look delicious. Oh, but too bad Daifuku's in here. Be like free sweets. I'm glad. I thought you might like them since you like Daifuku. Speaking of Daifuku. Oh, that's... It's such a cute name. I like it. Oh, well, I'll have a bite. I gingerly peeled the cherry leaf off the rice cake. Glad you like it. Is it that obvious? Your face lit up. You're like, yes. Your entire body is telling me that you like it. Don't say it like that. It's the best I've ever had. You're really spoiling me with all the wonderful food here. I aim to serve the very best, but it is also because I appreciate great food myself. Me too. Kurobo was right when he said that I would love this place. So, how is your husband's search going so far? The rice cake nearly tumbled out of my frozen hand. I mean, we met a bunch of guys, but we haven't gone out on any dates yet. I don't mean to pressure you. I simply overheard some guests betting on who you choose. Seriously? Did you place a bet too? On me. Okay. Bad for himself here. This time I almost knocked my cup over. Just to make it more interesting, I'm not thinking about marriage, so do not worry. Do you just want a casual thing then? I wasn't sure how to respond, but there was something I needed to ask. Yosuga? What do you mean you're not thinking of marriage? Are you not 20 years old yet? Oh no, so old. Back in the day, as soon as you hit 20, you're an old maid. I am 20, but the higher-ups told me that I am relieved of the duty to mate, so I plan on remaining single and carefree. Oh, thank goodness. Imagine having to, like, get that privilege. Like, yeah, you don't have to shack up and make babies. Like, because, yeah, or else like, they don't give other people the choice, though. Is that so? Could they be following some kind of custom? But you have little choice in the matter, no? I hear that you must find your husband within a year. Well, yes, but to be honest, things haven't been going well. You have not found anyone that you like? One person actually spoke to me at the plaza, but apparently it was only because I was the subject of his research. I'm fine, really. Your fortune was good, and even the Sujira that I opened said that I'd find the person I seek. Maybe my future husband will appear tomorrow. No, maybe even later today, but... I stopped for a moment to take a sip of my tea. Yesterday, I was talking to a person named Riku of the Blue. He said I should choose from someone from a high color class because I'm of the white. I'm not gonna deny that it makes sense. I know what I have to do, but I don't want to choose under such restrictions. It sounds like something a man from a primary class would say. How boring. This color class system binds us, but the truth is, only those in love should be married. Yosoga? Speaking some sense here? What? From the moment I met him, he intrigued me. He spoke elegantly and was always so calm. Yeah, he's not happy about things either, so Akaza's not happy. Yosoga's not happy. Riku just seems to be following along. Like, probably because he's of the blue. I never thought I'd hear such words from a man like him. You've been visiting Yomi for a week now. You know the kind of people who live here, don't you? I nodded seriously. I heard what happened with Kaina. There are plenty of people here in Yomi like him. Those who break the law and unite with a prohibited color are executed. It is likely the only reason he was saved was because his brother is the leader of the Orange. That makes sense. The other thing is, like, maybe they saved him because he is of the yellow, and they're like, maybe they're just kind of trying to preserve his color and, you know, like, use him for, like, mating, like, elsewhere, as sick as that sounds. The color class system decides who can marry, but is it a crime to fall in love? Is it a crime for a child of an unwanted color to be born from the union of different colors? Yosuga's expression was the same as always, but there was an unusual heaviness in his voice. Children born as failures are sent to the orphanage here in Yomi. And those who have been exiled come here, and birth color is not found on the surface. So I ask, has Asaha done any wrong? Really? She won't yell at me if I talk to her? How many times do I have to tell you not to trust anyone from the surface? No, not at all. My voice shook. An indescribable despair came over me in that moment. You will not be labeled a criminal, no matter your choice. It seems that way. In that case, marry your true love. You have the freedom to do so. I didn't expect him to support me this way. I sat frozen, the rice cake still in my hand. But as a Tenyo Island native, you are unfamiliar with men. Now you must find a husband. I suggest you develop an interest in them first. How so? An interest in men? I felt like I was about to jump out of my seat. That might be the answer I was looking for. Wait, what? You cannot tell how delicious something is if you do not taste it first. Then again, some food in the world is actually poisonous. Alright, let's not go around tasting a bunch of men now. But first, take a small sample. Test its aroma and texture to see if it's something you like. Ah yes, texture. Probably just means like, go hang out with someone, go on a date, get more comfy with them, and if you click, then go forward with that. If you come to the conclusion that you may enjoy it, then by all means, take a bite. Sample first, then take a bite. Is she like getting the euphemism of this, or is she just like taking it literally? In a similar manner, instead of only focusing on a husband, why not look for someone you can call a friend first? Gasp. People are not so simple, you know. Love at first sight is exciting, but getting to know a person gradually is where the real fun lies. You would not tell everything about yourself to someone at your first meeting, would you? I don't want to overshare and scare people off. But yeah, this is what Byakuya was like thinking of going to the Sundial Plaza, is that she was just gonna have like a moment where she just fell in love at first sight. Like, yeah, it doesn't work like that all the time. I certainly wouldn't. After all, there was something I didn't want anyone to know. That is why you must be interested in someone first. Then you will naturally want to know more about that person. Once you're comfortable with him, have a taste. Thank you, Yosuga. It's like you read my mind. As a fortune teller, I've given my fair share of this kind of advice. I should have come and talked to you sooner. I can't imagine how I've been feeling with the men at the plaza avoiding me on a daily basis. Do you think your week here was a waste of time? The sweet buns, the sesame balls, the rice cakes. You had fun, you met people. You are free to choose among any male living on this island. You may marry as you wish. For some reason, the night of my birthday came to mind. It had only been a week since that day I cried so hard with Daifuku by my side. No, none of it was a waste of time. Each day has been full of surprises, anger, despair, confusion, and delicious food. And it's given me a lot to think about. Not a single day this week was a waste of time. Just as I finished speaking. Oh, what? Nice, Camellia. It looks like Lord Tsukuyomi has just returned. Oh, has he? Yes, finally. like been looking for her for ages. At the end of a long corridor in Chicken Joe lay an old, massive iron door. Beyond that was a long flight of stairs made of stone, leading me down to... Naraku. Okay. It's underground. It seems very bright and sparkly. Huh? This place is... Tsukuyomi, here she is. I'm sure you two have much to discuss, so I will take my leave. Oh. Tsukuyomi. Thank you, Yosuga. I didn't notice Yosuga leaving, as I couldn't take my eyes off the sight before my eyes. Oh, hello. Are you a love interest? That'd be kind of... You're looking kinda yummy here. Is he not of the white? He has white hair. I thought they said there was no one else of the white. Or is it because he has, like, gray highlights? Or is it because he's Tsukuyomi? Alright, what voice do you give him? I'm running out of voices. You know, he kinda reminds me of Il. I would probably give him the same voice I gave Yosuga. He almost looks like a fallen angel with, like, the white and, like, the gray highlights as if he's, like, turning into a fallen angel. Maybe he's a fallen god. Let's try... I do have voice modulator. I don't know. I could use Linus's voice. Although, like, it kind of sounds robotic and, like, echoey, but maybe that will work. Because, I don't know, it's flippin' Tsukuyomi.
It has been a while, my dear child.
Welcome back. I'm glad to see you're well. It was like family to me, but this place was making me speak in a rather stiff tone. So this is where you live, Tsukuyomi? Tsukuyomi, a mysterious man who lives in Naraku. He creates prosthetic limbs for those who have lost body parts to Haku, and lives a quiet life of drawing and painting. Olympia considers him her only family now. I feel like he's yeah, I'm just confused. Like, is he not considered of the white? Yeah. I mean, I guess they did say the white tribe, or like the women of the white, they only gave birth to other white women, right? Like, there's no of the white men.
The peace and quiet is perfect for me.
I didn't know you were known as the outsider of Naraku.
You never left the manor before. It is only natural.
Unable to hold back my curiosity, I began to speak. That spring over there looks a lot like the one on Tenyu Island.
Perhaps it does, but its water is poisonous. Do not touch or drink from it.
Poisonous? It is called Shinimizu Spring. Oh wait, voice modulator. Gotta like have. I need like assign buttons, but no, I have to click.
It is called Shinimizu Spring, or the Spring of Death. Drinking from it will infect you with Haku.
Huh? Oh wait, I forgot to like... Hang on. Back it up. Rewind. We have a rewind feature. Alright, Shinimizu. Water found within the spring in Naraku. Coming into contact with it can cause a person to become afflicted with Haku. Okay, because like just what he just told us. Huh? I looked over at the unnaturally still water. Why indeed. Perhaps because Tsukuyomi and I are possessed by the curse of death. Is this what Yosogo was referring to? Shinimizu. The water was crystal clear and far from what one would envision the spring of death to be. But unlike the floral spring on Tenyo Island, this one felt darker and more solemn. Isn't the Ikimizu spring on Tenyo Island called the Spring of Life? They sound like they're connected in some way. They're like opposites, life and death.
They are neighboring islands, so it is possible someone named them accordingly.
But why would such a dangerous spring like this be here when Tenyo Island spring is so pure?
Legend has it that a fearsome goddess of the dark is sealed deep beneath this spring.
A goddess? You don't mean Lady Amaterasu, do you?
I believe her name is Izanami.
Okay, another person or god from folklore. Izanami, the goddess of the dark, said to sleep within the Shinimizu spring. I never heard that name before. This is Izanami or like Nami from Okami.
Naturally, you were raised on Tenyu Island after all, but be sure to keep the name in mind.
Izanami. That gonna become important later.
I believe there is a corpse that lies in the depths of the spring.
I was stunned to hear such a terrifying thought from Tsukuyomi, who didn't even flinch as he spoke. I mean, I guess that would make the water poisonous if there was corpse, if it was corpse water.
Disease is known to spread from corpses. As Yomi is the land of the dead, it is not unusual to discover dead bodies here.
Aren't you scared of being here alone?
As I've said, I prefer the peace and quiet this location provides.
Yeah, no one can approach if they're afraid of dying. Unsure of what else to say, I decided to change the subject. Is he alive? Like... I don't know, maybe he's like some sort of god? They do refer to outsiders as gods. I don't know why they named him Tsukuyomi. That seems like a little on the nose. By the way, I was worried with how long you were away. Did something happen?
All is well back on the island. Just the other day, the sun disappeared, did it not? I remained on the island to keep watch just in case.
Doma said that the solar link came apart.
I suppose he is right. The sun has returned to normal, so there's nothing for you to worry about.
That's good to hear. Tsukuyomi was the only man I ever met on Tenyu Island. He would come to visit the island and take care of all of us. He was truly like family. Oh? As I turned my attention toward the spring, out of nowhere came... Tsukuyomi! Isn't that a Tokyo Mushi from Tenyo Island? Tokyo Mushi, an eternity bug with rainbow-colored wings. They are native to Tenyo Island, but there's one that flies around Naraku. Is it Isun? Isun, little bug. Oh, it's like a little butterfly. A magic butterfly. I reached out to the flying, iridescent creature that I had not seen for 13 years. The eternity bug alighted on my hand for a moment, then set off its flight again.
Now that's a surprise.
Feels like forever since I've seen one.
Now where are my manners? Come inside and we can continue our conversation there. I have some Iroha flower tea for us to drink, so let me brew it. Come.
Oh, okay. Wow. I did see he is like a painter. I'm guessing those are like either prosthetic parts in the background too. Tsukuyomi, this painting, it's amazing. Well, oh, it shows all the color classes. Seemed the spring wasn't the only surprise awaiting me here. The sheer magnificence of this painting left me mesmerized.
It is not only a painting, but a mandala.
So this is what a mandala is.
Oh, you know of it?
Lord Jigen told me about the mandala recently.
It is certainly something he would discuss.
But I never expected it to be so huge. Did you make this yourself, Tsukuyomi?
Indeed. I have been working on this for a long time. But I believe the end is near.
Is that a prophecy? Is that foreshadowing? So, it's almost completed?
I do wish to complete it, yes.
That sounds like foreshadowing to me. You're implying that you're not going to be able to complete it. Oh? I see red, blue, yellow. Does this mandala represent this island?
Yes, I am painting this very world.
Let me see. This white flower is an Iroha flower, isn't it? And this must be Lord Hiriko's boat.
My dear child, do you know what this painting is made of?
Is it not ink?
I am using human souls.
Ah, yes, the great medium. The great painting medium. Souls. What? Huh? Why are we painting with this? I was breathless at the sight of lined bottles that I thought were filled with ink. So, wait, those little... So, it's not ink. Are you just, like, crushing up human souls? Those little show crystals?
Souls too small to be offered to the gate, or the sun are ground into fine powder using this.
I looked carefully inside the mortar and found a red show. Got a second entry for show. The show from the surface are used to build the Ama no Mihashira, while the show from Yomi are offered to the sun. If the show are too small for either purpose, Tsukuyomi uses them as a dye for his painting. Alright, what would make someone's soul to be so small, though? Compared to everyone else's.
This show sinks when placed in normal water, but if I pour in the Shinimizu... See, it melts like this into a vibrant ink. Do you not find it beautiful?
A little disturbing. He's also painting with some very poisonous water. Of course these colors are beautiful, but you're kind of scaring me. I couldn't help but tremble. Tsukuyomi wasn't doing anything wrong. But the idea that this massive painting was created from such an ink sent a shiver down my spine.
not be afraid. This is no different from holding a funeral.
Yes. I felt myself regaining a sense of calm. I suppose this is Tsukuyomi's way of bringing eternal rest to these souls. That's right. Tsukuyomi, do you know what the Podolaka is? Let's just change the subject here.
From Jiken, I assume.
Tsukuyomi smiled and wrote a word on a piece of paper.
Podolaka is a place of peace said to exist beyond the ocean. It is also said that you must wander the ocean on an ark fortified with shrine gates in order to reach Podolaka.
That sounds similar to Lord Hiriko's story.
Many legends share striking similarities. New arrivals are both natural as well as mysterious.
That reminds me, I recently found a message in a bottle on the beach.
A letter, you say? I hope it brings you good fortune.
I hope so too. I took a sip of my now lukewarm tea, then looked around his hermitage. I have to say, I had no idea your pastimes were painting and bringing dolls to life. That's right, he does have a doll. And right, did he make Camellia? Did they mention that? Also, they just like carrying a doll around. It kind of looks like Byakuya, which is a little... I don't know how I should feel about that.
They are more missions than pastimes. Various things require my attention as I attend to my duties.
I was really surprised when I found out Camellia was a doll.
There is a reason behind her resemblance to a human child.
Human child? There he goes again. Tsukuyomi has always been this way. Maybe it was because he was an outsider, but he spoke as if he weren't human himself.
But I missed the opportunity to deliver her to you.
Oh, was it like originally supposed to be a gift for Byakuya? That's why she's like super friendly towards Byakuya.
So instead of having her collect dust, I dispatched her to assist Yosuga.
You know, I'm actually friends with Camellia now.
That is good to hear.
Tsukuyomi smiled gently as his sleeve flowed elegantly.
By the way, I heard you began your search for a husband.
Yes, that's true. That's why I came here at first to discuss it with you, but...
I am sorry about that. How are things faring?
Not well, I'm afraid. I shared with him the conversation I had with Yosuga.
I must say, Yosuga is right. I only wish for you to find the person you truly love and be happy above all else. It is important to preserve the white, but as with the other women on Tenyu Island, you can only bond with a man you crave with all your heart. When touched by a man you do not trust.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ah, I reminded you of something unpleasant. Let us look at this in a different way. That power of yours can protect you. It is a power granted you by the goddess Amaterasu, so that foolish men will not harm you. The power to prevent anyone from tainting you, from breaking you. It is for you to find happiness. Others on Tengu Island can wield Batsu as well. They can extract the soul from the body and transform it into a show. Using Batsu on a red, we'll create a red show like this. But the women of Tenyo Island are different.
I've heard this 1,000 times. Tsukuyomi gave a gentle smile as I turned my face away.
My dear child, you know this very well. Long ago, a shapeless god separated its spirit crystal in two to create a man and woman. Since then, humans have been born without half of their soul and are fated to search for the one who would complete them. Which is why when two halves meet, love prevents them from parting ways.
I gave a deep sigh as I looked at the mandala. To be honest, I'm scared. I feel like no man on this island sees me for who I really am. All they want is Olympia, or a white, and not me. You know, Akaza from the Kotowari? He even told me that he'd be my husband if I couldn't find one, just because it's his job. And that's not all. Do you think I have the right to love someone after what I did to Doma?
Do not fear. I'm sure your soulmate is waiting to be the one with you just as you are.
Are you really sure? Is there really someone out there who can love me?
Of course.
Tsukuyomi gently patted my head. He always encouraged me, ever since I was little.
Child of the White, never forget your dignity. The Red Calamity. Those on Tengu Island who fear and ridicule you are fools themselves. Your mother, Hakuwa, and the other women of the island did no wrong.
Hakuwa, Olympia's mother, who met her soulmate at 18 and soon became pregnant with Olympia. She taught her daughter the traditions of the white and died during the Red Calamity. And she got married young. or at least got pregnant young. I don't know if like the women of the white like get married if like there's only women there. You're right.
The world began in darkness. Goddess Amaterasu created the sun, and the god Tsukuyomi created the moon. Then, from the other world, came the outsider Hiroko, on a boat made of reeds. The women of Tenyo Island White were born to worship and protect the goddess of the sun, Amaterasu. Which is why Hiroko of Tengu Island and the women of Tenyo Island treated each other with respect. The women of the White offered their prayers to Amaterasu, and in turn, Hiroko declared Tenyo Island a sanctuary. But 13 years ago, foolish men defiled that sanctuary by arriving on the island.
I bit down on my lip. So it wasn't like the Red Calamity. It wasn't like some sort of like epidemic or anything. Was it like literally just men invading the island?
The women killed themselves to preserve their sanctity. And only you remained. Each time I remember that night, the reddened moon and sea, I wish to curse this world.
Tsukuyomi.
Humans are unsightly and cruel beyond measure. Countless times have I despised my own weak soul.
You're not weak. You're not a white Tsukuyomi, but you're my only family. Which is why I remember. I remember the kindness you showed to my mother and everyone on the island. You were the only one who didn't treat us poorly.
Of course. The white are the most precious and beautiful in all the world.
You know, ever since my birthday, I've been dreaming about my mother. She's always smiling at me. I need to be happy for the sake of my mother and everyone who passed away.
Yes, you must become happier than anyone else.
Oh. Are we back at the manor? Doma, hi. This just changed abruptly. The girl must not leave this place. Okay, backstory. Where am I? Where's Mama? Tsukuyomi? This is Tengu Island. I trust you have heard of it before. The little place on the sea? Why am I here? Where is everyone? Beginning today, you will be living on Tengu Island in this manner. Huh? No, I don't wanna. Who are you? Why are you saying that? Where's Mama? I'm 5 now. She promised she'd teach me to do yarn on a spool. She promised. Your mother is dead. Okay, Doma, not even gonna lighten the blow there. Huh? All the women of the white aside from you have died. Even if you return to Tenyu Island, there is no one else to welcome you. You're a liar! That's not true! You're a bad man who's lying to me! Believe what you wish. It is your right to dream. But you'll be living here regardless. No! You're a liar! Lady Amaterasu is gonna be mad at you! Amaterasu? Don't make me laugh. But... I'll say it again. Your mother is dead. Liar! Liar, liar! I hate you! That's not true! Mama's not dead! She can't be! You're lying to me! You're a liar! It was only a week after my 5th birthday that I found myself waking up in an unknown bed. I didn't understand when Domo was telling me that he was of the yellow, that I was at his manor. No matter how many times I cried and pleaded with him, he kept telling me that everyone on Tenyu Island had died. That's all he said to me. No explanation, just they're dead. After that, he made sure I couldn't find a way out. He only looked at me with those cold eyes. Finally, on my 10th birthday, I escaped. Look how white she is. She's so creepy. Isn't that the girl from Tenyu Island? Which means she's of the real white lineage. Oh, 10-year-old Byakuya here. Why? Why are they looking at me like that? There's nothing wrong with me. Should I try to nab her? You're gonna get cursed if you go anywhere near the women of that island. Cursed? We wouldn't curse anyone. Why? Why won't anyone help me? I didn't do anything. I thought all the women on that island died. No, I heard Lord Doma is actually raising the last surviving white. No. No. He's lying. My mother. Everyone. They're still alive. There's a boat. I can go back to the island. Everyone is there waiting for me. They're not dead. They can't be. Sir, she's here. Come here. Stop. I'm going back to my island. Don't come any closer. I hate you. How many times must I tell you? There is no one on the island. Now return to the manor. Did they not, like, do any, like, funeral rites for them? I feel like that would have helped, like, with the denial. For, like, a poor... I mean, she's only 5 years old. You kind of want to protect her from that, but, like... If there was a body, it might not have been in a great state, though. It would have, like, helped her, like, come to grips with the reality. You have to be lying. I'm not gonna believe it until I see for myself. I mean, I don't think there's any bodies, like, anymore than 5 years. Come here, now. Get away from me. Everyone is there. Everyone on the island is waiting for me. Give up already. No! Oh, magic? Is this... Oh, ugh. Is this when we heard Doma? I guess Byakuya had a tantrum and threw some magic at him. Oh, Tsukuyomi.
Are you alright?
Tsukuyomi. A nice little CG.
I am sorry you went through such a thing. I did not expect it to happen. I should have told you the truth sooner. Please forgive me.
Why are you apologizing, Tsukuyomi?
The women of Tenyo Island are blessed with a special power to protect themselves. It is called Batsu.
Batsu?
You are still young and weak to an extent. Even so, you have the power to make a person disappear if you wish.
Huh? What happened to Doma? I mean, he didn't disappear.
He is alive.
Thank goodness. I mean, you would think, like, how mean he is. Like, Byakuya will probably want him to disappear. Oh.
But he no longer can use his left hand.
Oh.
My dear child, remember this. When you grow old enough, it'll be even easier for you to reap the lives of others. I will not condemn you, no matter how you use your power. If you despise everything, that is fine. If you want something to disappear, let it be so. You have the freedom to choose. But know this, what is lost will never return.
Tsukuyomi? Please tell me. Maybe that's why Tsukuyomi. I was wondering, like, why did Tsukuyomi, like, raise Byakuya? Like, if he was, like, family. Maybe because he would just, like, tell Byakuya, like, just do whatever. You don't like the world? Then fine. Make the world disappear. He seems kind of like an ethereal, like, person, and very elusive. But yeah, probably not the best person to raise a 5-year-old girl. My mother and everyone. They're not dead, are they? They're still on the island, right? Why am I the only one here? Everyone on this island is scared of me. They tried to take me away. They call me creepy and turn their faces. I don't want to be here anymore. Please take me back to Tenyo Island. I want to go home.
My dear child, listen carefully. You are 10 years old now, so I will tell you the truth. What happened that dreadful night the moon and the sea were painted red? You can curse me if you wish. But no matter how sad or pained you may feel, you must never cover your ears from the truth. I will tell you why the White and your mother had to die.
Ever since then, I gave up trying to escape and decided to stay with Doma. Second entry for Olympia. She also possesses the power of Batsu, which she has feared ever since she mutilated Grandmaster Doma's left hand at the age of 10. I destroyed his left hand. Despite keeping me near him all these years, he never once looked at me with kind eyes. I didn't blame him. I was sure he would be happy to kill me himself. Mother, I'm 18 years old now. I can dance now, even if I'm all alone. If I only had the chance to dance with you and the others on Tenyo Island. Oh, another seashell. I wonder if I'll find another bottle with... As I bent down to pick up the beautiful white shell, a thought crossed my mind. I know. Can I ask for your help again if I need to send another letter to him? That's it. I know now. Oh, going to the Kotowari. Mr. Director of the Kotowari, I have another favor to ask of you. Don't run in the corridor. And you should knock first before coming in. This is like... This is full title. Like, come on, we know him well enough. We can call him Akaza, right? I will next time. I just had to let you know. I just had a wonderful idea. And what is it today? I'm thinking of starting a personal letter delivery service. I had the feeling you would say that. What do you mean? You wish to deliver letters between Yomi and the surface. Yes, I do. I don't want to trouble you with reading through all the letters, but I still want to try. Please give me your permission. If I said no, would you give up? I just do it without you. She's fearless, this one. Please state your case. I cannot approve your request unless there is a valid reason. You both know that I kept myself locked up in that manner. I had my own reason why I didn't want to step outside. But recently, I've been able to make friends. I've had sweets like mint chocolate ice cream. I was able to enjoy fresh sweet buns with other people for the very first time. Haven't you done anything sexier? Maybe one day? I didn't know much about this island, to be honest. I didn't want to know about the island. I was afraid to learn more about the people, even though a whole lot of them are good. You said to me that I could start doing what I can. I'm sure others have lost hope of ever getting in touch with those on the surface, so delivering those letters should make them happy. I want to put this permit you gave me to good use. I can't fight using a weapon, and I don't know the island very well. But I can go to the people and make deliveries. It would give me a good reason to talk to them. So please. Please say something. You never seem to put this much effort into finding a husband. I mean, she tried. She just went about it the wrong way, but... Do you remember what I told you here when we first met? Are you sure you can find a husband within a year? I haven't forgotten. I'm sure I'll meet my husband while I do my deliveries around the island. She's got a point. Too bad, Akaza. Then promise me this. You'll always show me the letters you will be delivering, and you will not go near anyone you feel may harm you. Yes. I need you to be very careful in what you do. I will inspect the letters every morning at 11 o'clock. If you have no letters, you do not need to report to me. Oh, we're giving him more work to do. Inspection. Akaza's review of all correspondence to and from Yomi. Only after he has approved the content is Olympia permitted to deliver the letters. Thank you. I promise I won't be late. Do your best. I'm rooting for you. I'll do my best not to trouble you two. I better go to Yomi now. I have to let everyone know. Byakuya's delivery service. I told her not to run. Unbelievable. She acts on every whim, does whatever she wants, and runs in the corridor. How dare she run in the corridor? She's nothing like when she dances on stage. It seems rumors are only rumors. Come on, no need to make that face. I can tell. You're happy, right? You just gave me more work to do. You gave yourself more work to do. You said yes. You saw her pretty face and you couldn't help but saying yes. I see. In that case, allow me to help. It sounds like fun. Really? I'm glad to hear it. Oh, and while we're on the subject, I need to advertise my services, right? But everyone's in a different situation, so I'm not sure how to spread the word. Newspaper, maybe? Kanan, we need you to write an article. I can understand their need for privacy. Normally, we can make signs and postings, but people may be suspicious and think it's a prank. Maybe I can spread the word myself? Many here may just flee from you. There must be a better... Aha! I have an idea that would promote your service and help with the collection. I will prepare a gift for you, so come back tomorrow. A gift? Just come back tomorrow. Back to the surface. Back to the manor. It just dawned on me. Isn't Lord Hiriko the shapeless god of lore? Yes, the thoughts that you think of while sitting in your room. Well, it is only lore, so I guess things got mixed up over time. Lady Olympia, have you perhaps already found your soulmate? The maid, Huh? Why do you say that? You've been looking very happy since your return. Unfortunately, not yet. She just has an exciting new endeavor. No husband yet. But something good did happen. Or rather, something good is about to happen. I'm gonna deliver letters between Yomi and the surface starting tomorrow. Letters? Yes. It'd give me a good reason to explore the island as well. My, oh my, oh my. Just a week ago, you're only gazing out at Tenyu Island from your balcony. What a fine idea. Okay, the maid's being very supportive. It's not much, really. I'm not even sure there'll be any letters for me to deliver. I just want to walk outside more nowadays. She hurriedly pulled out a handkerchief to dry her tears. Okay. Thank goodness. I never imagined the day would come when I could see you so happy. Her voice was shaky as she dried her tears again. I heard about the red calamity of Tenyu Island, the last remaining white at such a young age. It must have been heartbreaking. Well, I felt the tears in my eyes. Don't remind her. This was the first time anyone on the island said such a thing to me. I thought everyone hated me, but I guess I was wrong. They just didn't know how to interact with you. I'm so glad you rarely ever step outside your room except when you're on stage. I wasn't sure how to respond back then when she said that, but now... I know I can only do so much for you, but I have always prayed that you would find happiness. I suddenly realized. I didn't even know her name. She didn't even have a portrait. May I ask your name? This is awkward. I have no name. Ever since the day I was assigned to you, I became your property. Okay, this is weird. Really? The rules of this island are such a nuisance. This island took this woman's name away and treats her like something instead of a person. You can tell me. I won't say your name in front of anyone. I don't consider you to be my property. She stared at me incredulously. Wait, will you be punished if you give me your name? I am not sure. After all, no one would ever bother asking a maid's name. Don't worry. Your name will be safe with me. Her eyes widened. I could see tears welling up in them. Oh my, what a wonderful day. Lady Matsurasu, I am so grateful. Why did I never speak to people before? I should have gone outside sooner to see and learn what I could about the world. My name is Shigaya. No one calls me by my true name ever since my husband passed away. Shigaya, a woman who has been serving Olympia as a maid for 3 months. I was gonna say, like, if it was like since she was 5, then that's like super awkward, but... I hope you'll allow me to call you by your name now. Shigaya gave me a deep bow. If so, I promise that I shall pray the rest of my life that the sun's divine blessings shine upon the white. Okay. Why did they give Shigaya a portrait? They gave her a name, at least. Alright, next chapter, Pure White Resolve. I believe this is the last chapter. Because in all the walkthroughs, it says I have to select this chapter to get to the next route. So yeah, we'll do this chapter in the next episode, unless it's imagines like a super short chapter. It might be. But yeah, so it did say like in the walkthroughs if you want to like go to the next route easily enough. I don't know if they like select it from here. But yeah, I guess like in the archives you can like select chapters that you've already like read. And yeah, it makes it a lot easier. Because if you haven't noticed, we haven't had any choices in the prologue. Some games they have choices, and like depending on your answer, it'll like divert you to one route. But in some other games, they just let you choose. Like they just let you choose what guy you wanna go on a route on. There will be choices on the routes, though. It's like that will determine if you get like a good or a bad ending. Anywho. Let's end things off here. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time, and we will wrap up the prologue in the next episode.
Bye-bye.